Hello, traders. Welcome. My name is Jason Allen Jankowski, the Lion of LaSalle Street, and I'm going to show you my performance for this week. I do this every week. For those of you that might be new listeners, every Saturday morning I publish my personal trading results. Now, these are transactions done in my personal accounts. So it's real important for you to understand that what we're looking at here is real results in real money accounts, and it's done to demonstrate to you that I've got an opportunity for you if you're interested. Oh, by the way, this is for week ending 10/18. Today's the 18th of October, 2025, Saturday. Um, I'm Jason Allen, of course. Real quick here, my website is netwinningtrader.com. Now, netwinningtrader.com is my personal online library. What it is it's everything I've ever done to educate, train, coach other traders is there for you if you want it. You need to purchase a membership. It's a lifetime membership. You pay a one-time fee, lifetime membership. I add to that content regularly. In fact, I'll be adding to it in the week of November. Or, I'm sorry, the month of November. I'll be putting more stuff in there. So once you have it, it's a dynamic opportunity for you to continue growing. And I want you to understand that to demonstrate the value of what that material is for you, every week I show you using the exact same material how much money I pull out of the markets. Now, one of the things that you're going to find if you watch consistently is that I very rarely have losing weeks, losing months. Um, I've been a net winning trader for years now, and the reason I'm a net winning trader is because I've learned to understand some of the pitfalls that everybody has to go through and how to avoid them. And I've learned how to actualize my potential within the markets by using a form of discipline that is not common knowledge. And that is something that you, as a trader, have to focus on. The single most important part of learning to do trading well is the ability to manage your thinking and to manage your mind. It's your personal psychology more than anything else. In fact, the markets are incidental to making money. Could be anything, but the whole issue of buying low and selling high has to do with the psychological discipline that you need to bring to the table. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that every week with our real-time results. But if you have a moment to go to Net Winning Trader, please do. There's also contact information on how to get a hold of me directly if you'd like to spend a few minutes talking about your trading or have questions that you need answered. Without further ado, let's have a look at the numbers. These are closed trades. Now, a lot of guys ask me, well, how come you don't put, the net between your closed trades and your open trades? Because the only numbers that really matter are closed trades. When you have trades on that you're holding, those are maybes. You don't know what's going to happen with those. So if you're holding those with open trade gains, which I show you what I have, what I'm holding, what's open doesn't really count until it's closed. And if you were to listen to last week, I had higher open trade gains than what I realized this week. In other words, the markets initially went against my positions and closed me at profits. But those profits weren't as big as what I had on the board open trade. You see what I'm saying? So the close numbers are what you want to monitor every week. You can watch the open trade gains and kind of get a feel for what I'm holding into next week. But again, that's not really as helpful. What we're looking for is closed positions. So that being said, it was a fairly normal week. 3 long trades, 9 short trades closed for a total of 12 trades. Very common week. Losing trades, very reasonable. A total of 202.6 pips. And for winning trades, very reasonable, 392.5 gained on 6 trades. So 6 trades winning, 6 trades losing. Net gain of about 190 pips for the week. Now these are closed positions. Now if you remember last week, if you want to go review it too. The open trade positions had open trade gains of a little more than 400 pips. So as the week progressed, I gave back about half of my gains in the closed positions. Then new positions were initiated as the signals came on. And that's what I'm going to show you right here. On the open trades, pounds, we've got about 160 open trade points on pounds. We're long 2 positions. One from under the market that didn't get hit. I added to that one on Friday. Euro, same thing. Open position from earlier, holding that for a gain of about 100 or about 80 points. Little bit of a loss on the position I held. I added to on Friday. So we added on Friday. That's not working yet. However, the stops are just barely under the market on all this. So net, I'll take something out of euro if I'm stopped out. But we're not looking for stopped out. We're looking for those positions to really rage next week. Japanese yen, I'm on the short side there, holding a small open trade loss. I'll show you my positions as they cleared during the week and what happened there in yen. Got a little wrong-footed and the timing was off. A little frustrating, but the numbers are there. And then on Canada, we are on both sides. It's a tight game playing in Canada right now. Last 3 weeks have been really tight ranges. In fact, for the entire last 3 weeks, the market has barely had a 110-point range from the high to the low. Meaning the last 3 weeks low and the last 3 weeks high have all been within about 110 points of each other. I mean, the market's not going anywhere. So we're positioned on both sides. And the idea there is part of the Pro Traders Toolbox and what I call the price agnostic positioning. There's details on the website for that if you're interested. Price agnostic means basically what it means. Agnostic, we don't care. We don't care what the price is. Price doesn't have to go higher or lower. We just want it to move significantly, and what side is winning we'll keep. And that right now is putting us on both sides of CAD as we're waiting for the opportunity to present itself to move one way or the other. So open trade gains, back to that, there's the 200 points I lost on closed trade gains. You see what I'm getting at? So it's the same 400 points right now, basically. Next week, if these positions hatch and we get a nice 150 or 200 point move my way, then we're going to have, open trade gains. Some may close out, but we'll have open trade gains, 600 or 700 points, keeping half. You can see how over time your balance would grow nicely. So I've got a lot of ways to show you the opportunity, but I just want to remind you on something. I want you to take a calculator and ask yourself this. If you take a calculator and you multiply 190 pips, which is what we earned closed trades for the week, and what we're holding into next week that we hope to actualize, you take 190 pips and you multiply it times 13 weeks, because there's 13 weeks in each quarter. 13 weeks in a quarter times 190 pips. I'm going to calculate it out for you right now. 190 times 13 weeks is 2470, 2,470 pips for the quarter in earnings, net gain. Now let's say those were dollars. And let's say you had a $10,000 account. That's 25% a quarter without leveraging. In other words, if each pip that you pulled out of the market was worth $1, and you pulled out 2,470 pips equal to $2,470 in a quarter, that's roughly a 25% gain on a $10,000 account. So if you had a $10,000 account trading without leverage, meaning trading $10,000 pounds and $10,000 euros, those positions make or lose $1 with every pip captured or lost. So if you captured a total of 2,470 pips per quarter, you could effectively earn a 25% rate of return on your equity without leveraging every quarter. Now, if you leveraged and you used a 2-to-1 leverage and traded $20,000 positions on a $10,000 account, you'd make 50% on your money roughly, and so on and so on. Now, why am I telling you that? Because what I'm telling you is, if you know what you're doing in the marketplace, you don't have to leverage unless you want to. If you want to, then that's good if you're disciplined enough to make those gains consistently. The problem is most people don't understand how to pull consistent money out of the markets regularly enough to earn consistent gains regularly enough. Most people inhale and exhale and their account goes all over the place. Now, I can show you how to solve that problem, but I just want you to know right here that this is what I do all the time. It's not uncommon for me to double or triple my account equity every 9 to 12 months, usually. And I'm not trading very aggressively at all, and I'm not leveraging very much at all. Why am I telling you that? I'm not saying that to impress you. What I'm trying to say is, if you followed me for a year, that's exactly what you would see in terms of performance. And you can learn to do that for yourself if you're interested. So if you're the kind of guy, the kind of trader that can see he's been coming for 6, 8 weeks now, and you're noticing that almost every week money's being pulled out of the market. I can't, in the last, since we've been doing this and putting it on the air, I haven't had a losing week. I mean, if that doesn't impress you enough to decide that Net Winning Trader might be the place to get the material you need, the protocols you need to really win at this, you need to really rethink what you're doing, because what is it that you want? You know what I mean? The people that tell you they know how to do this, are they really putting it out in front of you and saying, here it is, look, see how easy it is? I'm not saying, well, see how simple it is. Let me put it to you that way. So, food for thought, and I'll be happy to coach any of you guys, spend a few minutes with you before you make the investment. Feel free. It's an open door policy that I have. Anyway, let's get to work on where the dollars came from. So let's start with pounds, and let me get my pen up and running. Let's see. Oops. There we are. Oops, that's not it either. What did I do wrong here? This is it. Oops. Back. No, what's going on here? I gotta go back. What happened? Orange. Okay. There it is. Okay. I think I advanced slide past pounds. Can I go back? I don't believe I can go back. How do I do that? Because I'm not using. I want to go back to slide 5. Crazies. I gotta tell you, this is one thing that irritates me about software packages, is that they're all slightly different. It's just irritating. All right. Anyway, pounds. Would have loved to show you pounds. That's okay. We are in euros. Came in long with a break-even stop from last week. Stopped out on this particular low print right here, where we bought right here on the 120 time frame. Big stacked reversal patterns here. So even though it doesn't show on the 60-minute, I did get long here. Of course, right here, put the other side on, attempting to lock in the market for price agnostic trading, but again, taken out on fresh highs, still holding. On the way down, right here, added to the long position. And this is the stop on the entire position. So you'll notice, even though it's holding a nice open trade gain, and I've got a new position on, if we rally away, I got 2 longs on with no risk. I got a permanent, stop management here that will give a profit on net position. It won't be huge, but it'll be a position profit. And then we'll look for the next one. So at this point, No sell signals up here on any time frames, suggesting that this is not a high yet. There's nothing to be worried about. You want to buy that break lower. There's a buy signal active at the end of the day on Friday, or near the middle of the day on Friday, and that gives us an opportunity to add to an open trade winner. And of course, the rule there is, you got to have a gain of 100 points before adding to the position. That's part of the rule. So that happened during the day, and it's all clean and green on euros. Yen, a little bit different. Came in from last week, short from the highs on the H reversal here. This is from last week. And the market starts coming down nicely. These sell signals here, I would have loved to add it, but we didn't have a 100-point gain, so I had to wait for the next one, which was right there. So I added to the position on the way down, and as the market's coming down, I put the stop loss order for this particular price level. And as you can see, got long right there, stopped out on the way down for a loss, not before stopping out the short side. So at one point, I was flat yen during the week with a nice profit, but that's not the point. The point is, I was flat. Right here, as we came to this price area, by the way, this sell signal here, that happened after I was stopped out. So I was short coming down, stopped out right here, and then the long didn't work either. That was out at a loss right here. Net on the week, a profit. But I was flat when this happened right here, and I wish I could show you the time. This was happening during overnight session when I wasn't available, so I missed that. Right here, I got short. This is on a breakdown through resistance, and as you can see, initially it was working, but now we're back up into the previous support resistance area right here. There's our stop. Stop is inside the range for the moving averages. Trend, though, as you can see, is coming right down. We're almost directly on trend. So may have been a little aggressive on my part to sell the breakthrough of support resistance, the bottom of that range. I thought it would accelerate, which is what we were looking for it to do anyway if we were already short. But a little bounce, it happens. If I'm taking out, I'm taking out on to the next trade. Here's Canada. And look at how tight this range is. Here's we're at 139.80 on the low right here for the week. And we're at 140.80 and the high of the week right there. That whole range was covered Sunday to Monday, and then right down the middle of the range the whole freaking week. So, came in short, taken out right here from this short position here from last week. This short position here came on this big bar when the signal came on. Retracement, that was the opportunity right there. So I was out on the way up, got short on the way down. So basically, I'm holding a short position from the high of the market for the week, almost from the absolute high, but definitely from the high for the week area. And stops out of range for the upside. On the way down, buy signal. However, I went and took this buy signal here. Strong trend buy in the middle of the range. So that I'm looking at it going, it could range up to a new high, take me out at a loss on my short. Or if the short's good, that's a reasonable place to get positioned. You know what I mean? Nothing huge there. So another buy signal comes on late in the week. I'm already long. Stop above the market in case the short doesn't work. Stop below the market in case the long doesn't work. Really, this is a textbook case of the price agnostic method. So I hope you like it. If you have questions about it, then feel free to give me a call. And that's it for the week. It's a typical week. We didn't knock gains out. That's good. We're holding open trade gains. We're in position. there's really nothing to do but wait and see while we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday into the news next week, which, it's the third week of the month already. The news isn't going to be market moving, in my opinion. I think we'll just get follow through on trend. So we'll see. And guys, so I want to just say this. Thank you for attending. I want to remind everybody I'll be posting my performance for the week every Saturday, and it's really me in real time. If you consider yourself a serious trader, which I hope you do, and you're looking for better tools, I hope you'll find that I've got some tools for you to look at. If you're interested in learning how to use your tools more effectively, have a look at my website. And don't forget, I also provide a free daily podcast. That's the Trader's Daily Discipline. You can sign up at the link that's provided in my um, YouTube channel link there, or you can go through Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts. You want to search for netwinningtrader.com. You can also go to, Substack is the link below. But you can also search for Trader's Daily Discipline. Either one should be where you get if you get your podcasts at Apple or Spotify or Substack. If you search netwinningtrader.com or Trader's Daily Discipline, either one should help you find the podcast easily, and it's free. Just go ahead and click sign up, and it'll be the best, hopefully the best 5 to 8 minutes of your trading morning as we work on reminding ourselves of important things that we as traders have to keep in the forefront of that cerebral cortex. If we want to win, this is all about positioning in your mind. The market itself has very little to do with winning. It's all a game played in your head. I hope you're cognizant of that and you're making time to refresh your mind. So that being said, guys, have a great rest of the weekend. I'll see you Monday morning, the 20th, on Monday's Trader's Daily Discipline. Have a great weekend. Thanks.